So, I recently heard a complaint saying that Disney has sworn off male main characters and there are too many female main characters. I've heard this complaint before, but this time it really set me off, so I'm going to tell you why saying there are too many female main characters is dumb. Let's get into it. So for context, the recent Disney Channel shows featuring female protagonists are Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Amphibia, The Owl House, The Ghost of Molly McGee, Hamster and Gretel, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and Haley's on it. The first dumb thing about this argument is the fact that you're complaining that men are getting erased. No, they aren't. There will always be male protagonists. And even in these shows, there are male protagonists. Although all the shows are through a girl's point of view, in every case there is a male counterpart that is nearly, if not just as important as the girl main character. Star has Marco, Anne has Sprig, Luce has King, Molly has Scratch, Gretel has Hamster, Lunella has Devil, and Haley has Scott. In The Ghost and Molly McGee, Hamster and Gretel, in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, the guy protagonists are also literally in the name of the show, as well as the girls. And in most shows and stories in general where the main character is female, the rest of the main cast tends to be made up of mostly males. For example, in Haley's on It, Haley is the main character, but the other important reoccurring characters are Scott, Beta, AC, and Christine, 3 of which are male. Also, what about Big City Greens? The main character is Cricket, who is a dude. That may only be one male POV character in the recent batch of Disney shows, but you cannot claim that men main characters are being erased. With all these shows, you are not losing anything. It's not like Disney is manufacturing a bunch of shows with female protagonists to make some sort of statement. These shows are individually pitched to Disney and just happen to have girl main characters, often because the writers are female. So actually, more female writers are being seen and allowed onto the bigger format. Everything is trying to send a message. It's not a feminist movement or something, it's just girls existing. And even if it was, is the solution to people getting rid of men getting rid of women? Just because it's pro-women doesn't mean it's anti-men. Okay, so I will never make the "you are not the target audience" point, because that is really just used to invalidate someone's argument. These TV shows are for everyone to enjoy. I intend to watch kids' cartoons till I am pushing up daisies. However, I will say that the people often making this complaint about the lack of male protagonists are grown men. And these young female protagonists don't exist for them. They exist for us. They exist for other awkward teen girls to see themselves in, and they exist for women in general. So no, these characters are not for you. They're not meant to be for you. And you're complaining that someone else got this gift instead of you this time. Of course you can like these female protagonists. I'm not saying they belong to women. My point is that you're complaining about receiving a gift that wasn't given to you. Girls deserve these role models. I look at all these new shows with all their female main characters, and I feel really seen. Also, since there are so many female protagonists, it lets us see a variety of different kinds of female characters. Star, Anne, Luce, Molly, Gretel, Lunella, and Haley are all very different characters, so it's nice to see female characters who don't act the same, and we can all find the one we relate to the most. Also, female characters often only get truly and deeply characterized if they're the protagonist, so we're getting more fully fleshed out female characters in the world in general because of these shows. People see men as the default for a main character, and a female main character is a deviation from that default that they now have to bend themselves around. Girls are expected to accept and settle for male protagonists that it might be slightly harder to relate to, but men shouldn't have to accept female protagonists. If girls are expected to and capable of relating to guy main characters, guys can relate to girl main characters. How come we're all supposed to see ourselves in Aang, but only girls are supposed to see ourselves in Katara? This points to a larger societal problem, really. Like how to make things more gender neutral, people tend to just defeminize them and therefore make them more masculine, instead of just finding a balance between feminine and masculine. Thank you for listening, and if all this doesn't change your mind, I don't know what will. So just remember, always choose kindness, guys are allowed to relate to girl main characters, and girl power is awesome. Yay! Bye!